Hey there, good morning. It is March 17th, 2018. My name is Jeff Fritz. Welcome back to my live coding stream. And let's just go over the quick items here. Today's music. This is Cyan from Carl Franklin from his Music to Code by albums. I have links and information about them on the front pages of both Twitch and Mixer streams, and also on the front page of my GitHub. Good morning, Franklin. It's great to see you over there on Mixer. Today's hat. I was going through my mud room here in the house, cleaning up a little bit, doing a little spring cleaning, and I found, believe it or not, I found a pile of other hats. And this is a Cortana hat. So this is a hat I got at TechEd, I want to say 2014. It was the first TechEd that I got to speak at in Houston. TechEd North America in Houston, Texas. And it was also where I met with Scott Hunter and started the interview process to get me a job at Microsoft. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Great to see you there, Cryptrix. You know what? I should have worn a green hat, but I've got the green background so my head would disappear. Mixer needs a Roku app so you can watch on the TV. You don't need a Roku app. You just need your Xbox. Let's see here. President Not Sure One. Okay, you're leading. I need somewhere on the stream where I can put the handle of the day there. That is a great nickname, President Not Sure One. I was too busy watching my old streams on YouTube to see the UMBC Virginia game. So for those of you that are outside the States, right now is March Madness, right? It's the big college basketball tournament. 68 teams go in. Every weekend there's games going on, and last night was a low-seeded team. We've never seen a 16th seed defeat a 1 seed, and that happened last night. It wasn't just the 1 seed, it was the overall one, Virginia. So, congratulations to the folks at UMBC. Good morning, I Partington, and Ace Flames here. Great to see you. Good afternoon. I forget what part of Europe you're in, Ace Flames here. Ward says, TechEd Houston was a fun one. It was. It was a great one. I really enjoyed that one. I like to say that every TechEd that I've attended, I've actually had my career change. And a little bit actually with Ignite as well. I'm the artist formerly known as Federico Dynamite. Hey, whatever floats your boat. That's great. And it was like by 20 points. You're right. That was an amazing basketball game last night. I didn't personally see it. I kind of blew it off. Thought, it's a 16 versus a 1. The 1's going to kill him. No, didn't happen that way. Macedonia is where Ace Flames here is. Terrific. All right. Eldorian actually uses the Roku. Yeah, I know. And they don't have a Mixer app on Roku, and they don't have a Twitch app on Roku. It's kind of disappointing. Good afternoon, Sushinator. Now, what you can do, I actually have. My bag's not right here. I actually have that cable that you can plug into the back of your TV, and I can cast to my TV from my Surface using, I forget what it's called. Whatever. Me too, I ended up seeing the non-upsets during the day yesterday. Oh well. Yeah, we're going to be pulling for Villanova against Alabama today. That's a 1-9 match here on this Saturday. All right, hey, and look at this. My Twitch chat is actually working on the dashboard. Amazing. Oh my gosh. All right, a couple things that I need to do before we get really going. May Cortana be with you. Yes. Actually, so the program manager for Cortana, and I'm blanking on her name right now, and I'm gonna be upset that I'm blanking on her name. She's from the area. I met her at one of our internal events, and really great person. I'd love to talk to her about doing some stuff with Cortana in the future. Okay, let's see. What I want to do, though, let's go over to our code, and let's start the conversation here a little bit. I booked a few more friends here. That's not the latest. Let's get the latest copy of our guest list here. So next week, Jason Bach will be joining us on Tuesday, and we'll talk about Roslyn analyzers. We have a couple ideas for some Roslyn analyzers to make coding ASP.NET Core a little bit easier. Jason is an expert with Roslyn analyzers, gives presentations at a number of events about creating analyzers, so he's going to join us and talk about that. I hope you join me on Thursday. My guest will be Jonathan Carter. He's the program manager for Visual Studio LiveShare. And if you haven't seen me use it here on stream, it's really cool to see. You get to cooperatively edit code together in Visual Studio. Now, it's not just Visual Studio 2017. It also works in Visual Studio Code, and it does work on Windows, Mac, and Linux versions of VS Code. Very cool stuff. The Cortana team was in the Windows Insiders Mixer stream. They had a Mixer stream for Windows Insiders? When was this? Huh. Alright. So I hope you join me with Jonathan on Thursday. I'm hoping to do my AskMe.net stream on Friday of this week, the 23rd. We'll see if that works out. Saturday, I don't think I'm going to be able to stream because I'll be traveling to Dev Intersection in Orlando. I'm actually giving a workshop on Sunday. And we'll see about Friday, about doing the AskMe.net then. But Sunday I'm giving a workshop at Dev Intersection. But Tuesday at Dev Intersection, Shane Boyer's going to join me, and we're gonna try and build an application from scratch on stage at the event. So if you can make it to, if you want to come down to Orlando, spend some time there, learn a little bit about .NET, not just from me, but from other folks that are there. They still have tickets available. Check it out. It's at the Walt Disney World Swan. Our friends Isaac Levin and Fierce Kittens will be joining us in the very near future to talk about monitoring applications, and Fierce Kittens has some interesting things she does with .NET for all the various bots that she has running on her channel. Eldorian says he got the LiveShare preview. What do you think of it? It's really cool the first time you try it. Sushinator started working on some analyzers recently, and I do not really know what I am doing. I have to make sure to tune in on the 20th. Yeah, you know what? I don't know too much about analyzers either. That's why I'm bringing Jason on to help us out, to teach us a few things here. Welcome. Is that Vision E or is that Visi1? Great to see you. Thanks for joining us there on Twitch. Any indication on when LiveShare will be publicly available? Registered for private preview weeks ago and not accepted so far. There might be an announcement coming up soon. I'll let Jonathan answer that. Can I unban Wise Frankster from Mixer? There's a reason why I ban folks. I will not unban folks. I'm sorry. Hello, Huff Siami? Oh gosh, how do you pronounce that? It's pretty cool. I need more remote pairing friends to play with it more. The E is sort of silent. So is it Vision? Is that Vision? Is that how you pronounce that? You can call me Viz. Terrific. That works for me. I speak 2 languages. English and English badly. Alright. So that's what we have coming up soon. Oh, so Vision is alright. Alright. Does LiveShare have any audio support? No. But you can certainly dial in with Skype, some other tool, and you can make that work. Someone banned him from all of Mixer. I can't do that either. I do not have access to all of Mixer. Thank you for the follow though, Tufty. I appreciate that. I only have access to moderate my channel. All right, so Steve's back. Great to see him here. For those of you that didn't tune in on Thursday when the boss Scott Hanselman was here, Steve was really busy, and it got a little frustrating. We were trying to talk, and Steve kept cropping up. Oh, and I do speak C#. Yes, that's right. Yeah, I wish. Sorry, Tufty, I can't help with unbanning someone from all of Mixer. I don't have that kind of influence. They work in a different department from me. All right. So, I've got a number of questions that came in here. I haven't even looked at this. What's the best way to display version numbers in a website with CI/CD? That doesn't sound too bad here. Let's take a look at this. So a few websites displaying version numbers of their product in the footer. If I want to update version numbers with each build or deployment from CI/CD build server, what's the best way or place to store the build numbers and display it on the website? So, and this is from Open Window. So I've got to ask, it kind of depends on which .NET you're looking at, right? Because there's the version number resides in different places. So the version number for .NET Core, I just want to make sure I get this correct. Setting the version number for your .NET. Here we go. .NET Core version number. It is stored, right? So that's a file name format for it. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I want to define my own version number. And they go major, minor, patch, pre-release, and then dash build number, right? That's that semantic versioning scheme, right? And there's a little bit of semantic versioning definition here. But where is it? There's a specific place to embed it here in your... There's a specific place to write it into your .NET Core package. Project. And I'm blanking on where exactly it is because I don't want to put it inside my CS proj. No. Setting the version number for .NET Core projects. Yeah. This is the old way I used to do it with the assembly markup. So you could script it into a property group and write it there. .NET Pack, version suffix. And you can, right, when you build it, you can specify it in your new spec, but I actually want it on the DLL because I want to burn it into my application. Passing -p property name equals values does not work. Okay. So there are several places that you can put it, and I haven't actually been putting a version number on this. Isn't that in app settings JSON? Well, app settings JSON is really a set of configuration values. Let me open this up a little bit here. Is a set of configuration values that you want folks to be able to set on your project when it's deployed. These really are application settings and not settings for your DLL or for your application configuring how you want your application deployed. Andy Doyle says, Andy M. Doyle, VSTS makes it very easy to set the version number with a build task. We use ABC format where C is the VSTS build unique build number. It sets the version number. Read something about shared version info CS. I actually wrote a blog post about that a week or so ago. NetCore copyright tag helper. You're going exactly where I'm thinking. So there's assembly info here, and that's already a violation doing that. But let's take a look there. That is EOANASDAN.com home NetCore copyright tag helper, right? 2 words? Yeah. So you created it in there and then you read it in. You're doing configure and you're reading it. And I'd rather not put it here in app settings because in app settings, anybody can change that. And it doesn't actually burn it into the DLL. So .NET Core didn't actually remove the file. It's actually right there. And if I were to put in assembly, right, assembly version, right, then I specify that string version, So if I said 1.2.3, right, that'll actually get burned into it. I run a build prep app that sets the file version before the build. It gets its current version and build number from the command line. So there's another place you can put it. This actually ends up writing into, right, overloading a property group here. Right, so there's my version. But here's the thing with version, right? It's major, minor, patch. So if you don't have an assembly info, if you don't want to do this, you can put it right here as 1.2.3. And then if we go over to my footer, right, if we, taking a look here, you're actually just reaching and pulling it out of a configuration class. I don't want to pull it out of a configuration class. I want to actually pull it out of the assembly. So if I go to shared layout, go to my footer, I'm rendering a partial called footer, so let's grab that. So I could actually go after this, put a break, span class equals text muted, right? And then I could do, I should be able to do assembly. It helps if I spell assembly right. I'm going to need to do system dot, I can't do a system reflection, yep, assembly. I want to get current assembly. No. Let's do, where can I pull that from easily? I don't have assembly info. OTB. Let's do this. If I were to put together a tag helper that was the version tag helper, just so I have it somewhere easy to get to, because I don't want to put all that code into my Razor. So let's add a class. Yep, I'll call this version tag helper, and this inherits from tag helper. Good. And we're going to need to override. Yep. Let's see. Process. I don't need it to be asynchronous. All right. Output dot tag name, not tag mode. Tag name equals span. Output attributes. I should be able to just say class. And there was text muted. All right. It doesn't like that because it's read only. Rats. All right. So we'll do this. We'll call it class text muted. Oh, need a semicolon. I didn't seem to have one on Project Create, but I think you can manually add one out of the box. Yes. It is, assembly info was in my default project here. All right, so let's say output dot, yep, content dot append. Now I can say, right, I want to push my version info there. All right, so let's say version info equals get type assembly. Then I should be able to get, I don't want the image runtime version. Where is it? Get version used to be here. That's going to give me the full assembly name, which should have, there it is, version. And I want version info to string, which should turn that into the appropriate format for me. I put in a pull request to the Razor project to add that attribute merge I showed you several weeks ago. Oh, yes, yes. Okay. I didn't seem to have one on Project Create. Okay. So this is version tag helper. So what I should be able to do is now just say, come here. Let's get rid of all of that and just say version. And that should work now. All right. 1230. So it's not exactly where I want it. I'd really like it next to it. So let's get rid of this. And let's just put a hyphen and then the version. How's that look? There we go. Then you can't really see it there behind me. There you go. So now it's taking that version number and placing it down there. Okay, that's my fake followers. There we go. So let's take a look back over here. So that's just writing out the assembly version number, and that's really where I prefer it to be. So now, there you go. Sushinator is spoiler alert. You're on it, man. How do we increment the version number when we build? So there's a couple ways to do that, right? It's default putting that build version number on the end, because inside my project, if we look at, do I have it open? I do still have it open. I'm just putting version 123. I would want to be able to increment that before that happens. So where was it? Somebody was saying you could do that with a argument on .NET build. So let's open up our command prompt, dev stream tools. Let me go down one more. All right, so let's look at .NET build and the help commands that we have here. So we can stick a version suffix on this wherever there's a dollar version suffix property in the project. That's not bad. Right, so if I were to put let's copy that, version suffix, and if I were to do .NET, let's do .NET build -- version suffix equals, we have 64 folks viewing right now, so I'll make it 64. Salahoff says, hi, what's the subject today? Today we're going to be looking at some pull requests, answering some questions from folks. Right now I have a question out there from Open Window asking what's the best way to display version numbers in a website with CI/CD. So I've shown how we can add that version number into the footer. I'm showing now you can do .NET build, pass in a version suffix, and now I have it sitting there. Now if I say .NET run, and I don't want it to rebuild, so I'm going to pass in the no build argument there. So it's starting up. Waiting for that. Come on, show me that my web server's running. I know you're out there. There we go. Alright, and I'll come back over here and refresh. And you see my version number is now .64. Great. I can then set that incremental version from my CI by passing that in, but that won't let me set the full version number if I wanted to specify that coming out of VSTS. So there are other ways to set that. There's version suffix. There was a way. I'm looking. There was a way to pass that in as a property, as in, you could pass it in as an argument. Set version number. Setting the version number on .NET Core projects. Is that Last Alex? Welcome. Thanks for joining us over on Twitch. I appreciate the follow. Setting the versions of assemblies. It's the versions in the assemblies when you're in full.NET. There's the assembly info here, and you can just poke it into the version number over here because it's just a text file. You could technically do the same thing here. You could have a task that just updates that version number appropriately before it does the build. You could do that. That might be, and then that feels a little weird, but could be done. You have a bunch of different options there to set the version number, but in .NET Core, it's going to end up here. And I don't like putting in app settings because then anybody can change the app settings file that gets delivered and change that value. But I wrote this simple version tag helper just to pull out that assembly version number and write it out wherever I put the version tag. Franklin89 says, take a look at this one. .NET set version. Let's take a look at that. So Franklin89 suggests that is .NET set version. Let's see what this is. From David Falla. And there is no description here. Oh, I trust that implicitly. Looks like we got somebody else just clicked follow on Twitch. Come on, Steve. Where's Steve? I'm looking for you. And I don't see a project link for this, which that I also think is a little dubious as well. So packages that don't have a description and don't have a link back to a project site, I worry about. Is that really something I want to bring into my project? So I can't say anything more about this one because I can't see it. All right. So I'm going to mark this as answered in March 17, 2018 stream. Thanks for your question. All right. Let's see any other ones. Eldorian, I think he's still out there, wants me to revisit Docker with databases. I definitely need to do that, and I know the right folks to talk to about that. We will definitely talk about this very soon. I'm going to start wiring up identity and authorization to a project that we're going to start next week at Dev Intersection. This is going to be a big part of it, so I'm going to hold this one off for that. Let's see, Tron, that might be an idea for creating a global tool. I know just who to talk to about creating a global tool. Let's see here. Let's close that down so you can't see my personal messages. Hey, at Kathleen Dollard. She's the program manager in charge of the .NET command line and global tools also. We just had a suggestion on my live stream to write a global tool to set the version number for a let's say .NET Core for a .NET project. Would be useful in CI scenarios. Alright, here we go. Interested in joining me on a stream to discuss and build. Ha-ha! Alright, there we go. And thank you, oh my gosh, Kuju Kaladophysis? Welcome. Thank you for the follow. Alright, so we're going to take a little bit further on that. Show ASP.NET Boilerplate and bring in a guest from the ASP.NET Boilerplate team. I'm I'm familiar with ASP.NET Boilerplate. I wouldn't mind talking about it, but it's not one of my short-term goals. I have a call in to some of our folks on the VSTS team to talk about this. They will be joining me soon to finish this little bit off to actually deploy to a Linux VM. So that's going to be coming soon. So those are the questions that we had for right now. I'll come back. I'll look at more of them later on another stream. Some of these are, a little bit further. A little bit more help we need on some of those. What did you say on identity and authorization? I would be interested in that too, but missed what I said, had to step away. So I have the project that I'm going to be doing starting next week with Shane live at Dev Intersection. We're going to build a brand new application from scratch, and identity and authorization is going to be a big part of that. And I think I can also leverage that project to do some of these other demos and things that we're talking about, like talking about Docker with databases. So we'll look at that starting after that project in a week at Dev Intersection. I'm freezing. I'm freezing? I haven't dropped any frames. Gosh, and my Twitch dashboard just got all kinds of crazy looking over here. What happened there? Would Dev Intersection be live streamed? My talk, my pair programming that I'm going to do at Dev Intersection, I have gotten approval from the folks who run Dev Intersection. We will live stream from there. Yes. Okay. So Twitch is saying I'm not currently online. Are folks on Twitch still seeing me? Let me know. Do you still see me there on Twitch? Because that can't be good. Alright. So something's wrong on Twitch. Total broadcast time. I'm in for 46 minutes, it says. Well, that's not right. That's not right. Something's messed up over at Twitch. But it's not... Yeah. I don't get it. They're being funny over there. Let's just check Restream, make sure everybody's okay there. I want to make sure that everything's healthy before I get into my next topic. Alright, go over to the monitor. I'm online, they say. 0 frame drops. And things are looking really good. I expect to be at about 2,500 kilobits per second. We're in good. Yeah, it's the Twitch. Yeah, I don't know. Alright. So let's take a look at Stream Tools here. And you know what? I think I'm going to leave that version number in here. I think I'll leave this version tag helper in here. And I'm going to go into Stream Tools. That's not where I wanted to go. Bad Jeff. Bad Jeff. I'm going to make this 0.9 point. I think I left it at 2 and a version suffix. We'll just do that for now. Alright, terrific. Everybody's still watching me. Terrific. Oh, look at Bruno. Join the mixer side. You know, Bruno, you bounce back and forth. That's alright. Alright. We've got a couple of pull requests here that I want to take a look at. And then... Ooh, what's that? Quick actions. And now it's a little screwdriver. Ooh, that's neat. Alright. So you know what? Let's stop this. That's behind my head there. Alright, we'll move this over a little bit. There we go. Jump over to PowerShell. Because elite developers work with Git on the command line. Let's see here. So when I updated to the latest Visual Studio, it had some updates for my Docker Compose files. I don't want to push those in just yet, but I do want to update and add these things for my new Git tag helper. So let's do that first. And I'll add the CS proj. I'm going to reset that assembly info. I don't want to touch that. So I will add views, shared footer. Cool. Let's commit. Added version to the footer. That's not bad. Now let me add all the Docker stuff. Updated Docker stuff because Visual Studio said so. Alright. And now I'll do a git reset hard and git push. Cool. All cleaned up, ready to look at some of these pull requests. So we're still looking at the mixer bot prep because Joban put a ton of work into that. Look at this, all three of these are from him. Oh my gosh. Thank you. You know, really cool to see. What do we got here? Signal our viewers and follower groups. So we had a question a couple days ago asking about the difference between groups and clients in SignalR. Right? Now, SignalR is an ASP.NET technology that allows you to abstractly communicate with a web server over live protocols, right? And that would be something like WebSockets, where you're listening on a socket and you can pass information back and forth in a very client-server way and get immediate feedback, right? It feels live that these things are coming down. So SignalR gives you a way to set up a website with JavaScript to listen to the server, and the server can push to all of those connected clients. And you could put those clients into groups so that they behave and act different ways. So Oren's already complaining about that. Well, you know what? Too bad. We'll get back to that later. So you have clients, you can say only send information to one client with SignalR from the server. From the server, you can say send it to this group of clients. You can also say send it to all the clients. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to change this up a little bit and have different groups. So let's take a look at the files. There were 6 files changed as part of this. So we changed the follower hub. And it looks like Joban's suggesting we pass in groups as a query object. I'm all right on that. All right. And then we're going to start the hub connecting, passing information where we say we want to look at viewers. That's from the current viewers page, from the follower client. We're passing information about followers and viewers down to the client. Followers count, we're connecting to the followers group. Followers goal, we're connecting to the followers group. Yeah, let's take a look at merging this. This looks pretty good. So I am going to let's do the command line instructions so we can get a copy of this here locally, run it, and then actually take a look at it. Magic strings are burning my eyes. I can see that, Jester. I can feel that. I know what you're saying there. Let's take a look here, and then we'll figure out if we can eliminate some of those magic strings. I don't need my preview JavaScript. It's not in goal configuration. It's not over here. All right. So here's this hub start, and then you pass in the groups you want to connect to. We want to connect to the followers group. And if we look at the hub, now the hub is the server-side component of SignalR, right? This is what'll do those connections with its clients. So there's now a on connected. So when somebody connects to the server, what's a few magic strings? We'll fix that. So this is looking at the groups query, and if there are it's actually going to grab. It's using the single or default to say, give me just one. I only want to connect to one group, and if we do get no, we want to get just the one group's query, right? Because this isn't specifying query string or form. Yeah, from the query string. So for each group name in the group name split, but it should be a single. I guess if there's comma delimited there. All right. We're going to add the current connected. We're going to add to the group the current person, the person who's connected. That's cool. And then continue doing any of the other things. All right. So follower client was a place that I started putting my my magic strings that I want to send down. So now, follower client, now you have another on-connected async over here. Let's take a look at this. So this is doing almost the exact same thing here. No, wait. I clicked the wrong one here, didn't I? This follower client, so it popped me up here. I need to actually go through to the follower client class. There we go. So when we update the collection of followers, we're only going to update those folks who are listening in the followers group. When we update the collection of viewers, we're going to update those folks who are in the viewers group. Now, you remember, this project is what's generating these widgets that you see here on stream. Our follower goal, our follower count, and in the top right corner, our viewer count. And welcome, I am Corbin Dallas. I see you are a Fifth Element fan. Love that movie. Great movie. You can subscribe to multiple groups by doing the magic string viewers, followers. Yes. Very cool. Well, I tend to use them when they only exist in one place, usually privately. It's not always worth it in direction to put them somewhere else. I get it. I could see making them into string constants. Yep, that's right, Sushinator. I could turn them. That's where I was going. String constants. Yeah. All right, so we have two different ways that we're connecting folks, and we can make sure that they're getting the right data. So let's start this and make sure it still works. And I'm getting an error. Let's see where it is. Incorrect NuGet version string. Ah, look at that already. That feels bad. All right, so if I do an edit on this, where'd it go? There it is. So it doesn't like this without a version suffix. So you know what? I'm gonna wipe it, I guess. Developers GIF. Oh yeah, that's right. Steve's been here from the beginning. Always joining us to let us know when there's new developers watching. Or following, that is. And it started to annoy Hanselman the other day. Just saying. So if I go over to my followers, well, this should update as soon as I start getting some follower information loaded here. Let's take a look. Come on. So there are new followers coming through, but it's not popping up here. Let me try navigating there and see if that actually works. So that's not updating as I get new followers. No, that was not me. Ooh, I want to see that again. What do you want to see again? Should change my nickname to Spoilinator. So this isn't updating with the information being pushed from over here. That's interesting. Right, I should be, if I put a breakpoint here, there we go. Follower client, update, and there it's got a new follower count. So let's step into that. Yeah, I know. Chill Huey, wow. I probably pronounced that terribly. Welcome, thank you for joining us. I've got so many of these firing. There's no, that was not me. Welcome. Control F5 to refresh JS. Yeah, I think you're right. I'm going to need to force that JavaScript refresh. All right. Nope, wrong one. I've still got an X here. Mm-hmm. Should see the group on the WebSocket request. Yeah, I know. Did it break somewhere over here? No, I'm not in. I am in a break. There we go. Yog Sothoth. Did I pronounce that right? Welcome. Thank you for the follow. Anonym David. Wow. A lot of folks joining us here. Welcome. Thank you for joining me here today. Let's see. Let's go to network. Reload. Stream hub, negotiate, group equals followers. So it is passing that in. There we go. Now my count's increasing. All right. So let's go back over here. There it is. Now it's counting. Terrific. All right. So that certainly looks like it's working. Is my current viewers refreshing now? Let's hit that one. No. Let's see. There it goes. There's my test count. It went up. Good. All right. And nuts. Went back one. So I'm pretty happy with this. It's going to cut down on it a little bit. True is cool. Some really nice mellow tunes. Yeah, you know what? So one of the other requests that we had out there was I need to list the song that's currently playing somewhere here in the video going around. This is Cyan from Carl Franklin in his Music to Code By. I haven't brought the website up in a while. Music to Code By. It's actually mtcb.pwop.com. And he's got a bunch of information here. This is scientifically designed to get you in the groove, get you focused. But he's also got this wired up as a subscription service, as an app for your phone called Music to Flow By. So go ahead and check that out. Both links are on my GitHub, and they both should be on the walls for Twitch and Mixer. I really like this change. I'm going to commit this so that we now have this broken up, and we have a little bit of a demo of how to use groups in SignalR. So I'll just paste in that merge so we get that. And what am I missing here? Removed version suffix token. There we go. Git push. All right. Thanks for the contribution. And Joe Bunn's there. Thank you. You know, this is in the chat room. Thanks so much for contributing that. It's a nice demo. I don't want to jump into this one just yet. I really like this idea, but let me come back to that. I want to look at something a little bit simpler first. Pop-up notification. So look at these. Some new suggestions, including one here from Sushinator. Let's decouple the fonts from Google Fonts. Meat Popsicle asks, what music player do I use? Right now I'm using Groove. Windows Groove, Microsoft Groove. There it is. And it does its thing. I could use Spotify, and I know Spotify has an API so you can see what it's playing. Public issue tracker. How can I get an access token? So, right, I would be able to poke into Spotify and see exactly what it's playing. It's a web API. Right. Register your app, get keys for authenticating requests. So I could take a look at that. AIMP is a much better music player. You know what? Groove came with Windows 10. It does the job for me. I'm not complaining. You know? And I'm playing the same song on repeat. Hey, it works. So there's ways I could push around that Spotify API and use that and embed the track title somewhere here in my user interface. I already think I'm kind of repeating things because I've got my followers count over here and my follower goal. Kind of feels duplicated. And I feel like I could do that. I could do better without having this extra bit up here, you know? And the dog's getting upset at somebody. That's okay. So even if I did replace this followers count, and I've started thinking about where do I place, and I'm only thinking about what track I'm playing because it was just brought up here. If I were to pull that out, would I have enough space to put the whole track name right here? Or do I put the track name between the chat and the last, 6 events that I have there? I could probably cut that event list down to 5, and nobody would complain. Would you complain? Thinking. But it kind of leads into... Yeah, this is the one now playing is what I was suggesting at one point. Somebody put a comment on that. Oh, there you go. I wrote a comment on that. Alright. Moderator should be able to adjust volume, so let's dig into this a little bit. Wiggy Dave 10, welcome. Great to see you. Thanks for joining. Looks like Dave's in the Mixer chat room. So the idea here is this happens a bit, where I'll start playing music and I don't have the volume set quite right. I've adjusted something and it's either too loud or it's too soft, and you don't know what it's doing there in the chat room. So my idea was, let's make it easy for moderators to be able to send a command to change the volume level. So Joban actually found a plugin called OBS WebSocket to remotely control the volume of a single audio device. And our idea here is, let's put together a little remote control that's listening in the chat room, and moderators can send commands like volume plus 10%, volume 50%, and be able to set the volume levels for the entire stream appropriately. It's not a bad idea. And let's see what files he changed. So we added OBS Remote Control as a service. Alright. I need to give it a URL, it looks like. Let's see here. So there's a URL, a password, and then the audio device that we want to tell it to configure. Yeah, the W equals 1. I wish there was a thing here to just eliminate that. But the OBS remote control, this needs to be connected to one chat room or another, doesn't it? Where's it connecting to? So authenticate to OBS. Let's see here. You should use it from the unmerged chatbot. Then it'll, well, right, how does it know which service to connect to? Is there something in here that tells it which service? Right, where's it actually receiving? Let's view this. So this is the remote control. This is, so it opens a client WebSocket. This is to connect to OBS. Okay, so this connects. So this will connect to my streaming software, so that it can push out to. On what other service am I streaming? I'm also streaming to Mixer right now. Yep, the URL's in the config for my OBS. Authenticate async. So this is going to authenticate to that. And this is going to, it looks like, send messages to OBS. So that's the OBS authentication info, volume information. Right, so I feel like there's still that last piece where we need to connect it up to the bot that's in the chat room. That part is not written yet. Okay. All right. So let's do this. Let's take a look at this project so that we know a little bit more about how this is connecting in. Oh my gosh, that is using C++. All right. Remote control of OBS Studio made easy. Okay. The web client and front end made by T2T2, compatible with tablets and other touch interfaces. Neat. Protect OBS WebSocket with a password against unauthorized control. Yes. Open WebSocket server settings dialog under OBS tools menu. Blah blah blah. Compiling, translations. All right. So I need to actually modify OBS. Is there a binary here that I can download? Well, build failing, that can't be good. But build passing. Build passing on Travis, but failing on AppFair. That feels good. OBS is written in C++. Yes. Under releases, they have one? Where am I looking? Releases. Windows installer. All right. Yeah, I'm going to need to restart OBS to do this. So here's what I'll do is I will install this and get this available so that next time we're coding, we can start using this. Otherwise, I'm going to have to stop the stream. But for right now, I will download the Windows installer. And we will need to come back to this. I need to install the OBS plugin off stream, and then we can start connecting this to the bot. All right. Hi, new here. What is this great, neat GitHub plugin that shows repo tree on the left side of the browser? That is what you see over here. This is called, I believe it's Octo Tree. There you go. This is available in both Firefox and Chrome, and it will show you the structure of your project, and it actually shows me here's all the files that have been changed while I'm looking at this pull request. Have I ever tried VS Code? Love Visual Studio Code. I use it a lot here on stream. There it is. So it's a question of, when and if I feel like plugging it in, when, does it make sense for me to use. I think it's great. I encourage folks to use it. Yep, that's fine. But I'm a longtime user of full Visual Studio, as it were. So that, and I actually contribute to Visual Studio. So, Cizo Tomo, welcome. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. So, we started looking at the Mixer bot, and this is a huge block of code that Joban submitted. Let's take a look at this. I mean, there are 49 files changed as part of this. It is gigantic. Ton of great things going on in here. Yeah, look at that. It did the file lineup with the white space. There we go. That's a little bit better. Let's see here. All right, so you put some quotes into this so we could spit out some quotes from the bot. But this is a bot that's intended to connect to Mixer and interact with folks who are asking questions over there. So, some JSON extensions to handle interacting with tokens, reflection helper, raise event. Okay. I'm alright with that. Task extensions. This is interesting. So you're adding stuff to say, do this task or time out after a certain amount of time. I did not do the all caps menu. That was way before me. The all caps menu was a much complained about feature in Visual Studio 2010. I've only contributed to Visual Studio 2015 and 2017. Let's see here. You wish it was also in Edge. Alright, so let's see what else. So here's the quotes that as a sample it'll just output. That's fine. Chat message event arguments. Channel ID, user ID, username. Is Whisper, is owner, is moderator. Okay. Chat user info event argument. So name of the originating service. Okay. That looks pretty simple. You added an uptime to the fake service. Why? Trycatch finally. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Joining me over there on Twitch. I don't understand why you added an uptime to the service. Look, looks like we got somebody else joining us on Twitch. And look at that, we've ticked 1,300 followers between both services. Thank you, everybody. That's great. Yeah, why did you add uptime to the service? Are you inspecting that for something? Yeah, what are you... Okay, so this is inspecting. These are API. Don't my services implement the same interface? Yes. So this is inspecting and connecting to both stream services. Yes, Viz, I did contribute to Visual Studio. In 2015, I led the team that contributed the NuGet Package Manager extension. In 2017, I led the team that contributed some things around the ASP.NET web forms and those templates. I've heard folks I've heard folks say that I'm like Harvey Keitel in Pulp Fiction. I'm the cleaner of Visual Studio. I clean up some of these things that other folks' projects kind of leave behind. User with channel. All right. It's a user and they have a channel information, chats, game type simple. All right. I'm not sold on, I mean, okay, fine. I don't have a game type, but whatever. Chat event parser. Okay, so I'm assuming this is parsing and handling when information comes in from chats. Yeah, so if it's a chat message, parse the chat message. If it's a user join, parse the user join, parse the user leave. Oh, thank you for hosting Dev Chatter. I appreciate that. And the 5 viewers over there on Dev Chatter. Hello! I'm over here. So you're firing a user left event. I don't know if I need to capture those events. All right, let's keep looking. All right, client web. Dear Lord, I'm only way up here still. Client web server socket proxy. What is this doing? Oh, so you've generically referred to getting connected to the WebSocket. All right. Constellation event parser. So Constellation, right? That was the... Wasn't that the code name for the Mixer APIs? If the event name is live and data is null, return. Wow, there's a ton you're doing in here. Hey, Dev Chatter. That's actually Brendan down there. I thought you weren't going to be able to join us today. Handle channel event update, followed, subscribed, resubscribed, resub shared, hosted, unhosted. Okay. Could raise and do things appropriately on those. Alright, so now you're going after the number of followers and you're changing it. Yeah, you're setting the number of followers based on when folks join. So instead of listening for the followers changed event, you're actually connected and watching, and you're going to trigger it directly. All right. Mixer events. So here's all the different events. Followed event args, hosted event args. See, so what I was saying at one point was there is so much going on here. This could be out in its own class library. JSON RPC WebSocket. I mean, look at this. Right, I feel like this isn't something that's specific to our application. It might be beneficial to folks as a separate DLL. Alright, packing and traveling. So, yeah, there is a ton here. You wrote all this yourself? I mean, wow. Alright, so this is actually Mixer chat. Alright. Connect to the chat server, join our channel, connect and join. Look at this, and you're even doing inline functions. Inline local functions, man. There's a ton here. Alright. Yeah, I want to put this out into a separate class library. Because I don't see... No worries. Awesome to see a good number of developer streamers. Hey, thank you. No worries. Joe Bun, you've done a lot of work here, and I think that this is more valuable outside of my project as like the framework and the groundwork for a Mixer bot for anybody to be able to build with, because really there's not a lot that I want to be able to configure for me. In reality, he just copied and pasted 31 Stack Overflow answers. I don't think he did that. WS. So is this handling the WebSockets? Live payload, followed payload. Yeah, there is. Oh my gosh. So here, all right. So here's where the rubber meets the road, and you really had to change up Mixer service. So the Mixer service is a hosted service inside my code that knows how to connect to Mixer and interact with it, right? How to get the number of followers and the current number of viewers. Let's see. I assume you live, work in America, Googling Dev Intersection, trying an off-chance shot here. Would you know if there are such conferences hosted in EU for me to visit? I do live in America. I'm just outside of Philadelphia. And there are plenty of conferences over in Europe. I was asked to speak at DevSum in Sweden, in Stockholm. I had to turn it down. There were already 4 members of my team going to speak there, and I couldn't justify spending the money to send me as well. So I had to pass on that. All right. So Joe Bun, this is what's actually doing the chatbot. So sample chatbot, iService provider, Logger Factory, and you're connecting up to the Mixer service and handling the events here now. All right. If not a moderator and not the owner, ignoring command and setting cooldowns on folks. Cool. Setting the list of supported commands. Echo. This looks like a great base. This is the code that I wanted to be able to write. All of the stuff that you wrote. I mean, 33 files you wrote into Stream Tools. That is a ton of great stuff there. But it's not something that I want to maintain. You know? I want to push that out into somebody else's package. And I don't mind kicking off the package. Yep, I need a token from Mixer now. Sample chatbot, cooldown time. Global suppressions. Alright. Services, Mixer base. What did you do here? I'm not sure what this is. Oh, these are for tests. Ah, look at that. Okay. All right. Wow. Okay. All right, so here's what I'd like to do. We already started pulling this down into... Yeah, we're down in test items. All right. We started pulling this down into a separate branch. Now, were there more commits since I started merging? Did you push more into this? Yeah, it looks like you pushed a couple more things in here. All right. So let's do this. I'm going to go back into my code, and I've actually got, right, there it is, Mixer bot prep right there. So let's go into that. Cool. All right. Yep. Lots changed here. So I'm going to start pushing this out into another project. Yeah, go ahead. Because when I look in the services, right, there is a ton going on here. You have a Mixer folder now, and there's all the stuff to interact with Mixer. And I feel like that would be better used I'm gonna have to make sure that where is this being referenced? Services mixer, yeah. Services mixer chat. Yeah, this isn't a clean separation that I'm going to be able to do. Oh, Philly.net, thank you for hosting. Gosh. Pull request, 10 lines of code, 10 issues, 500 lines of code, looks fine. Yeah, no. That's why I want to isolate this. Thanon, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Over on Twitch. Some of the class's interfaces could be useful for Twitch as well. Yeah, but they're being used... See, I can't just pull these out. I can't just move these into another project blindly. Let's do... I was waiting for him to try and pull this job on so I could try using your interfaces for Twitch. Yeah. This feels really good. I like this. And I also would feel bad if I started a library and put my name on it when clearly, Jobun, you've done a mountain of work here, and really you should own this. That's Janescu. That's exactly where I was thinking of going. Let's do this. Let's add a new project. And I'm going to make it .NET Standard. Down in Stream Tools. And let's call this base stream lib. Let's call this streamlib.core. Like Swifty Puffy owns the Twitch lib, so there should be Mixer lib. I agree. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that out of here. And I want to take the Mixer stuff. I want to take chat service and stream service. Right? Because stream service has that. And let's take these also. Let's also take fake service over there. And okay. So now they're over here, I'm going to change it to streamlib.core. Wait a sec. I'm in Follower Hub. That's not right. Streamlib.core. That's fine. Service updated event args. I'm okay with moving that also. Streamlib core. I know you're only doing the basics, but it's a lot. I don't need configuration in this one. We can get rid of that. This does need hosted service. No, that shouldn't go over here. I'm gonna put it back. All right. So those are okay there. So now I need to add a reference from here back. I should be able to still build. All right, so I'll just do a Control-Shift-B. Lots of broken things. And that's okay. Actually, mixer service doesn't exist. Right, what is this one? Yeah, mixer service. This ends up getting removed, doesn't it? Mixer lib would require 10x the code. It's the start. Oh boy. Right, iStream service now comes from Streamlib core. And this needs to implement that. What don't you like? What am I missing? Updated. Huh? I thought there was an updated in here. Welcome. Is that LeChucker? Is that French? LeChucker? Welcome. Stream service here. We need to implement this. Now it's upset about that updated again, which is there. Service updated event args. I've now got 2 of them. So let's get rid of this one. That's better. All right. Sample chatbot. We need a using statement. All right. I think that clears that up. No. need one of those. Good. Getting there. LeChuck from Monkey Island. This is in REST client. Fritz Stream Tools Services Mixer. It should see that. Alright. So we still have some broken things in Stream Tools. So let's clean these up. And I'm just control dotting to generate the appropriate using statements for this. Let's try it to build again. All right. So test doesn't see that other project. So we need to make sure we add a reference to that to finish that refactoring. Let's see what else. Let's build again. It's going to be interesting to see if the tests work after this major refactor. Yeah, I kind of agree. Finish those using statements. More builds failed. Look at them all! Alright. We need chat message event args. I'm just going to pin this. We're going through this so much. Service updated event args. Yep, we move those. Well, fake service, I tried to move and we brought it back, right? Yeah. Get that one in. Get that in. Let's see how we're doing. Three errors left. Is that it? Build succeeded. Haha! All right, let's try and run some tests. 51 tests now. All passed. I gotta feel good about that. All right. Next refactoring. Let's push all this great stuff that you put together for Mixer into a Mixer class library. Right, because you're doing some great stuff to interact with the API here. So let's add another project. And let's call it MixerLib. remove that. And now comes the surgery. No, no, no. Down here. Alright. So now everything that I brought in, I'm going to change the namespace to mixerlib. And then I'll push the tests for Mixer into their own project as well. Because there is a ton here, and I'm sure folks are going to want to use this outside of my little project. And I know I'm breaking stuff left and right, and it feels good. Namespace refactoring. Yeah. Alright, so let's add some references now. So now, add reference, and I'm going to add a reference to Streamlib core. We need a reference to Newtonsoft JSON. Bazinga. Alright. So that should clear up a little bit here. I'm already seeing some things get a little bit easier. Alright, iLogger. We need a reference to the extensions logging library. Rats. Extensions logging. There it is. It is .NET Standard 2.0. Good. Do it. Yes. Alright, what else are we missing here? Stream tools, helpers. Okay, so here's your OR timeout stuff. Yep. I could reference the abstractions packages. I think you're right. Let's pull out that one. Not that. Not that. No. Which abstractions package are you referring to? Extensions. I don't. I could reference that one. Blame NuGet search. You have no idea. Okay. So this is where I need to start bringing in those stream helpers. and I should be able to just... Yeah, I know. I know. Go away. Okay. Task extensions, reflection helper, I think... I think I want to take... Is it these ones? Let's add a folder here. Oh, yeah. Now, if I go down here, that's not how you spell mixer lib. I need to get the configuration abstractions in here as well. There it is. I spelled mixer miver just now. Uh-oh, did I? Thank you. Good call. All right, JSON RPC WebSocket. Way down here. Cannot convert from byte to system array segment. Huh? Let's come back to that. Extensions hosting. Man, I keep spelling that wrong. We're already in that, so I don't need that. But extensions hosting. Is there a software license agreement when you load in packages from NuGet if you request it? You could configure, you can kind of force your NuGet package to require an acceptance agreement, a license acceptance agreement. You'll see that with a lot of the Microsoft packages. What was I about to do? So I'm here. I don't want to move it. Oh, hosting. I need the hosting abstractions. Here. Microsoft extensions, hosting abstractions. See, there's the license acceptance. So these packages are saying you must accept my license. And nobody actually reads it, they just click accept. Alright. That's fine. What? Which version of Newtonsoft am I using up here? Wrong one. And it's not even in the list. It's your class, JSON content. Oh, up here it's a helper. All right. So let's move that. Just yesterday, I spent like 30 minutes going through all packages in a package JSON file to make sure all licenses were free for commercial use. Oh, yes, it is. I know exactly what you're talking about. And it is the biggest pain in the neck. That's better. So this right here, where was it? Otherwise do a new segment array read buffer. Yeah. You know what? I'm in .NET Standard. Yeah, that's an array segment. There it is. And that works now. Right? Yeah, I think we're good. So now I should have my test blow up. Because I moved everything around. Yep. This doesn't know where things are because it's now in MixerLib. So I'm going to add now a reference to that. The .all.app packet might have implicit conversion I used. Don't know. Maybe. Followed event args. Let's take a look at that. Better. All right. Cool. That worked. All right, let's see where we are now. Yep, it's all in my test project. Okay. So let's add a reference from test to MixerLib. I'm not a fan of doing that off the top of my head, but we'll start here. Okay. Oh, let's see. What do we got next? We got to replace these. Now let's see where we're failing this time. New API. That worked. Mixer REST client. Where is Mixer REST client? That's in Mixer lib. Okay. So why is it saying it doesn't know how to do that? Ah, it's the internals. All right. Uh-huh. So now I need to add a, I need to add a class. Right, I'm going to copy over, I've already got assembly info here. I'm going to copy the exact same thing. I'm punching into Mixer lib. Or just make stuff public. Going for the build. Succeeded. Yes! Close all documents. Let's run the tests. Yeah, that's fine. Go away. And they all work. All right. So we've successfully extracted all that great work that Joban put together for us into a separate library called MixerLib. And it has all the stuff to integrate and connect to chat, to integrate and work with those APIs over there on Mixer. And for the purposes of building stream tools, Mixer can change and we don't have to change stream tools. Now I don't have a Mixer service over here. But did I get over aggressive? I have stream services. Where's it pulling that from? So Mixer service is over in Mixer lib. You know what? I feel like I got a little over aggressive, and Mixer service should be part of the Stream Tools project. I think iMixer service, here we go. iMixer service should be separate. But the implementation of it, I think, is specific to what I'm doing. Is it? Should I bring Mixer service back into the main Stream Tools project? Yeah, because hosted service stuff is here. This is specific to me. No. Yeah, I think you're right. Let's leave it over there. Okay. So when this starts up, I'm going to see the bot connect and start listening on Mixer. Now, why do I have a not implemented here? Clark, 92. Thank you for the follow. On Twitch. Let's see. Right, I'm concerned that about this, but it looks like it's not being referenced anywhere. Yeah, I kind of agree with you here. Let's get rid of this. And we're did I? Okay. All right. So if I start it now, it should just run. It should run normally. How is the chat bot declared? It's okay, it's a hosted service, and then here's all the configuration of how it's interacting. Now, where do you tell it what it's listening to? Get services, iChat service, get the stream services, subscribe to specific Mixer events. So we would turn around and we would also have to get it to subscribe to specific Twitch events. Nice! And is this being configured then in our startup services? Stream service, fake service, Mixer service, Twitch service. There it is. All right, sample chatbot. So it will attempt to connect. Let's see what happens. Click. Welcome. All right, so I would guess it's connected. Command cooldown set. All right. You might need to supply a channel in config. All right, let's take a look back here. Sample chatbot. It's going to take in a configuration. Create logger, name of sample chatbot, sure. Subscribe to specific array find stream services Mixer. Here we go. Sample chatbot cooldown time. Okay. So where's it telling it that the channel to listen to? Start async, let's see. Chat message, chat user joined, chat user left. Yeah, how does it know? How does it know which? It will run without a token, just can't say anything. Alright. So this is implementing just I hosted service. It's in the... Oh, man, look at that. It's in the docs. Nice. Nice. Pac-Man Jr. cheered. I heard your bits go to Girl Develop It. Yes, they do. Thank you, Pac-Man Jr. Oh, wow. And 1,000 bits. Congratulations. That puts Pac-Man Jr. to the top of our cheer list here. Of course, those of you who are on Twitch, if you do want to subscribe, I really appreciate it. Your subscriptions will go to Girl Develop It. That's a nonprofit organization that supports teaching women, girls, and underserved youth how to write code. I really support what they're trying to do. As a father of 2 daughters, I really appreciate that in a charity. And that cheer from Pac-Man Jr., we're going to donate that. I will match it. I'm going to match up to the first 500 here, so this doesn't run away from me too fast. But I will match the first 500, and we will, and of course my employer will match, And so your cheer will be quadrupled for the folks at Girl Develop It. Thank you very much. And of course, if you do subscribe, you'll get access. If you subscribe on Twitch, you'll get access to that cool .NET bot emote. Thank you so much, Pac-Man. All right, I'm going back to the docs because Joe Bunn has officially told me to RTFM, and he's right. Let's be blunt here. He's damn right. I love the docs you have here. I want these to live. There we go. There's some of our subscribers, Fossil and Standby Reloading, showing off their bling. Thank you very much. I don't know. I do have the opportunity to create other emotes for the various other subscription levels. I don't know if I want to do that. But we'll see. Okay, so stream services, mixer, reconnect delay, channel, and then my OAuth user token. So let me check. So in app settings, so I have a channel and a token at this point. And I did not specify a reconnect delay yet, but I do need a token. I should check my user secrets for this. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to pull this down off screen here for a second. So maybe I should put the docs in a separate MD file in MixerLib. Yes. Completely agreed. But let me check my user secrets here and see if I have a token. Manage user secrets. So all I have is a channel ID. I need to get an OAuth token. Thank you. The wallpaper, that of course is the Windows 10 Ninja Cat. I forget where I grabbed it from. It's on one of the Windows 10 websites. So I do not have a token in my user secret, so I need to go get a mixer token. And here comes the part where it gets a little crazy, right? Let's see. Firefox is installing my latest updates. The closed captioning on Twitch is hilarious. Apparently you're talking about cocaine and Michigan. Now stop it! The leg wrapped it from the one of the Windows 10 websites. Oh dear lord. Alright, let's turn off that. So if I go, is it dev mixer com? You need the channel name C# Fritz plus token if the bot should be able to send anything. It should be able to send something. Tutorials, reference, developer lab. Right, look at this crap that I tried to create and it doesn't actually do anything. Yep, go away. I'll do that later. So there's client ID and it's appropriately cut off a little bit. That's fine. But it's the OAuth. So let me bring this down here. See if I can get the token, because there's my client ID. I've supplied the link I need to follow in the docs. Look at this. You are too good, man. Mixer dev tools get token. Alright, so I'm going to go here. Do not show it on stream. Look, there it is right there. Do not show it on stream. So I'm going to do it down here on a different screen so that I do not show it on stream. Alright. So you're suggesting we need channel update self. That's good. Chat bypass links. Alright. Bypass slow chat. Chat. Yep. So these are the various permissions that we need to grant to this application. So chat timeout and chat whisper. Give me a token. Yes, approve. And there's my token. Now, you were saying I need the channel name C# Fritz plus token if the bot should be able to send anything. And that token lasts for 1 year. Alright. So I am going to take this down briefly while I update my user secrets. So let me do this. And I'm going to manage user secrets. So Mixer, I need token, not token. Alright. You can override the settings via environment variables. You're right, but for my development machine, I want that token embedded in my user secrets. For my live running Docker container, I'll embed that in an environment variables file that I launch it with. So I have it in my user secrets now. What is the name of the bot set, or is the name going to be @C#Fritz? That's a great question, Fossils. That is a really good question. Where is the name of the bot set? He'll likely do that in prod, but in local you can, and it should do that in user secrets. Yes. Alright, so I have my OAuth token. The OAuth token should be in the name of the bot as well. It will take the account name from the token. Alright, you guys are confusing me here. So I have channel, and right now in my user secrets, that's actually, here we go, I'm going to take this off stream again. Manage user secrets. Channel, I have just C# Fritz. Token is my hash. And then I have a client ID. So if so let me move this back up here. It will act as me unless I create a separate bot user account. Okay, so if I logged in, if I created FritzBot, right, created that as a new user, logged in as that, and generated the OAuth token as that, then it would be me. Then it would be FritzBot. You really need a no peeking scene in OBS. It's what I use when I need to do user secret stuff. How about C# bot? I like that. I like that a lot. I'll come back and I'll do some of that configuration after the fact. I want to see if we can get the bot working. So here comes Stream Tools. Da, da, da. Alright, so if I flip over here. Alright, so go ahead and try and send a command. Goof name? Good name. Yeah, I like C# bot. Or FritzBot. I actually like FritzBot a little bit better. Because while Joe Bun's done a nice job of putting together some sample commands, what I really want it to do is I want it to listen to everything that is asked in the chat room. And when a question comes up and you end it with a question mark, I want to bounce that off of cognitive services and actually answer that question. Yes! That's not me in the chat room. That's the bot, and we've got now interaction with the bot. Well done. Well done. Thank you so much. Look at that. Oh my gosh, Pac-Man Jr. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for another big cheer there. That is awesome. Thank you very much. That'll be another tremendous donation that I am more than happy to match and pass along to our friends at Girl Develop It. Wow, thank you. I'm floored. We've got a bot that now talks to Mixer. Things aren't always. Quote from Mr. Magoo. Look at that. So, and I love how the chatbot writes out exactly what's going on. There's Mr. Magoo asking for a quote. This is great. So we've got a mixer bot. We've got a nice library that works great for the mixer library. Let's make sure we preserve this great documentation that Joban put together. This is over the top what you've put together here, Joban. This is amazing. Thank you very much. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click and edit on this. I'm going to copy this. Leave your comment the way it is because it's tremendous. You really did a great job there. And I'm going to create a README MD in front of the mixer lib. So let's add a file here. Isn't there a markdown somewhere in here? No. Fine. Is there text? Type, Jeff. Type. Let's start here. And let's call this README. And paste all of that into there. All right. This is amazing stuff. I block the bot now with my console selection. Yeah, right. I turned it off. I stopped the running application here. Let's merge this, and then I want to make sure that I give you commit access to that repository because this is just tremendous. When I started writing code here online, I thought I might get some simple contributions, but this is over the top amazing. Thank you. All right, so we're gonna merge this. Oops. Don't do that. There we go. Still don't do that. Here we go. Let's do this. Oh, right. We have to commit what we've changed. Ooh. All right. Git status. Let's take a look. See here. I could expand it to a real mixer lib. Yes. Let's do this. So git add. Let's go up one. Fritz stream lib core. Git add mixer lib. And actually, this is still going to be in the same project. It's not broken out as a separate project, as a separate repository yet. Let's leave this the way it is, and I'll break out MixerLib as a separate project. Yeah. Refactored MixerLib. Cool. All right. So now I should be able to do that. No. No. It's not doing it. Joban should just clone my repo and set up his on MixerLib so he gets credit. Absolutely. Without question. And then I would love to take a dependency on that and pull it in. Yes. I'm not quite sure why that isn't copying directly. Alright, now comes the fun. Both modified Stream Tools CS Proj, both modified Follower Hub. Alright. Let's do this. Let's go find those couple of changes. Which one do I want? Go away. Actually, I think I want both. And where was that other conflict? It was in the CS proj file. Here we go. Oh, dear Lord. I want the incoming change. That's fine. NuGet Package Explorer makes that super easy. Yes. Oh, okay, we can do a NuGet package together. That's not too bad to do. Alright. Merged. Look at that, 87. That needs to be rebased. Oh, does that need to be rebased? I see our friend Eldorian is... Wait a sec. You can go to the project properties, have it build the NuGet automatically for you. Yes. Why isn't it... Git rebase. -I. Head. I can't do tilde 87? I can't go back 87 commits? Right, if I do git log here, right, look at all this. Oh, wait a sec. It did that as one merge, right there. Alright, so now let's look over here. This should say merged. There it is. Awesome contribution. Let's refactor it into a separate repository with unit tests that you can manage and I can take a dependency on. That awesome contribution. Thank you for accepting. You know what? You took the idea of a bot and ran with it in an amazing direction. That is really great. And when I look at the list of commits, oh, I'm on master. Hang on, go down to dev. It actually brought it in as just one right there. And it lost the commit history there. Right, there's all the files because I went and made all those changes first. So why don't we do this? Gosh, I really want you to be able to have ownership of this. So because of that mixer lib and probably the base that I'm referring to. I know you've already got a fork of the repository, so why don't you grab how I've done this refactoring, pull those out into a separate repository, and then we can pull them out of my library here, and I'll generate references to your compiled library and NuGet package. Yeah, I think that works. So this says it's 101 commits ahead of master, but when I look at the 248, it's... Oh, no, you know what? They're all interspersed in here. That entire thing. They're not just right here. So what I should do... Let's put together a pull request back into... So we'll come back to this one, but let's put a pull request into master. Right, and it's going to say, huge, look at this, all these commits. Added first iteration on bot. And then I'll do the rebase to merge it into master. Yep, no continuous integration yet. We should do that at some point. But let's rebase, because this is gigantic. So, yeah, I have conflicts here. So let's do this. Let's go git checkout master. Let me pull. Make sure I have everything here. Good. Git checkout dev. Git merge master. So I bring that down. Good. So it's all there. Why is it saying that I have conflicts? So let's do this. Good. Merge the changes. Do I have something still running out here? Cannot stat. That's interesting. Hey, good morning, cow. Ooh. No. No. Now I'm getting worried. Hang on. Git checkout dev. Let's make sure that all the tests ran. Can still run. Uh-oh. Build. Clean. Sorry for joining late. Did you guys already go through the bot PR? Yes, we did. It was huge. It was amazing. And I think we're in a good place with it. Build failed. Nuts. Well, here we go. Where did, There's Mixer Lib. The other projects aren't here. Right, this one and that one. So it forgot about the extra projects. Yeah. Come on, come on. I'm not sure why this says external, but okay. Let's see. All the tests still pass. Good. Added new projects to solution file. Okay. Yeah. I'd really like to rebase. That's not a rebase, that's just a straight merge. Let's squash it then. Added bot with help from @JB. There he is. Refactored into mixer lib. Fantastic. There it is. All right. So if I get checkout master, really? Now it is. Get checkout dev. Get merge master. Get push. Cool. All right. So now we have the beginning of a bot. This is great. We're a little bit over time. We'll come back to this one. And I like where we're going with these. We're not going to be able to come back to the project for a little bit here. Let's see. Sure, go ahead, reload. Oh no. All right. So if I look at, where were we? If I look at services, there's the chatbot. Okay, so here's where it's subscribing for Mixer. I feel like we want to do the exact same thing to get it subscribed for Twitch. If it is Mixer service. Okay, so you set up iMixer service. So that you could listen for the various events in the chat room. No, I want them. I need the Mixer specific thing so that it connects to Mixer. And actually, you're just doing that so that you can connect and manage the number of viewers. It's chat.chatMessage. So chat services. Where are you collecting the chat services? Ah, okay. So if something is registered as an iChat service. Yeah. All right. So Mixer service, which is now down here in Mixer lib, is an iChat service, and it has right. Where's iChat service? So it has those interactions for dealing with folks on Mixer. All right, so in Twitch service, if I add iChat service to this, I now have to implement those methods for dealing with folks on chat. And in Mixer, right, like chat message, right, you're raising that somewhere. Connect and join chat right there. Connect to the chat server. Yeah, okay. So this is where you're managing everything about the chat over here. There it is. And there's send messages and all that. All right. So from Twitch, I need to raise these appropriately as I'm listening on those. Okay. So when this starts asynchronous, it starts Twitch monitoring. But I also now need to connect as a... I need to connect as a bot and start listening over there as well. Yeah, this is going to take a little bit more time than I have time for here today. So I think I'm going to wrap up there. And this is where I want to pick up is working on trimming out the Twitch bot here so that it connects to both. Offline from working on things here, I'm going to create a new user on both Twitch and Mixer. I'll call it FritzBot, and that's what we'll set up things to log in as, so that you can talk to the FritzBot on channel. This is great. I'm really thrilled with where this has gone. I feel like because the Twitch library is a little bit further along, that we should be able to set up something that listens and raises these events appropriately and then handle them. Where you've done that already, you wrote a class to listen and raise those events over here. I think TwitchLib already does a bit of that for us. We might be able to just reuse some of that logic or wrap that logic appropriately. So thank you everybody who joined us today. Big thank you to Joe Bunn in the chat room, who did an amazing job putting together this Mixer library. This was I'm tickled pink with how much we've done here today. Thank you, big thank you to Pac-Man Jr. out there for the cheers. That's great. I appreciate the enthusiasm, and I am more than happy to match your cheers and pass those along to the good folks at Girl Develop It. As always, I will archive this video. It'll get over onto my YouTube channel, and I'll be back on Tuesday with Jason Bach, and we'll be looking at Roslyn analyzers and how we can make coding in here a little bit easier and try and pick up and clean up some of the simple mistakes we make when we're coding. So, thanks so much, everybody. I'll see you next time.